Hey guys, how's it going? This is Carl5, and today we have what I believe is going to be the final update for MLB The Show 16, or at least from what I've heard. Before we get started, I just want to congratulate all you Cubs fans. It's harder for me to say that. You guys had a good run. It was an entertaining World Series, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I was watching pretty much every playoff game, so at least it was entertaining. Now back to this roster update. I'm just going to say it's somewhat disappointing. We'll go over each position, and of course I'll talk about the players. Now, at right field we have Nelson Cruz gets a +1. He has 99 power versus lefties, so a great platoon option nonetheless. Trumbo, this is kind of weird to me. Trumbo had a really good season, but it's like they're trying to find a way to keep him at silver. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I haven't really looked at his stats and broke it down and analyzed it, whether or not he should be gold or not, and some of it just gets kind of iffy. This 3-year averages, like sometimes it applies, sometimes it doesn't. Anyways, he got a +8 to power versus righties, but now -8 to power versus lefties, so it just kind of flip-flopped. And then his contact went down a little bit, and then he got +6 discipline, so he didn't really change much. If anything, he's now an inverse splits type of player. Not a player I would use in DD. Center field, Jankowski. I'll be honest, I never heard of this guy, but he got a +4. And you gotta be kidding me. If this is the final roster update, we only have one center fielder that gets upgraded, and it's a guy for the Padres that I've never even heard of. Like, what? Okay. And we have no left fielders that... Come on. No left fielders. Not even in the teams in the playoffs. I mean, really? Francisco Lindor gets a +1. Now, I feel like a lot of these players that did get upgraded were in the playoffs, which, okay, at least they upgraded somebody or updated some of these players. But if you're fans of other teams, it's like, what? It's like, what the hell? Like, where are all these other players? This cannot be the one final big roster update. Anyway, Francisco Lindor gets a +3 to the contact versus righties. He gets a little more power versus righties. Not a huge change. He's still a pretty good player. He gets a +1. Still a gold, not a diamond. And then all three of these third basemen, of course, they were in the playoffs. Of course, Chris Bryant goes up +1. I mean, I don't really... I think he was already good to begin with. But it's just like, I don't know. Justin Turner gets a +1, and they decide to adjust his defense. Okay, if you're going to adjust his defense, why don't you go back and look at every single player in the league and adjust their defense accordingly? Because I know they have a lot of players that are just either inflated or they don't have the defense they should have. Second base, Hernandez gets +4. Ramasakino goes up +1. Never made diamond all year. At least I don't think he started out as a diamond. I think he was gold all year. I know a lot of you guys were expecting him to go diamond. He gets a +5 to power versus righties. I think that's fair. He's still a really good card, and I would definitely consider him one of the better second basemen. He now has more power than his flashback card, so definitely a viable option at second base. First base. So we only have two first basemen that get adjusted, and they're both -1. I just don't understand this. Edwin Encarnacion. Yeah, his team made the ALCS, so I guess they got one last look at him. -1, I just don't understand it though. -1 to contact versus lefties and power versus righties. Okay. And then -12 in clutch. Okay. I mean, why the drop in clutch? I mean, did he not hit very well runners in scoring position? But my thing is, clutch doesn't even matter, and at least not in my book. I've tested it, it doesn't even do anything. So why did they downgrade this guy? I don't understand. Paul Goldschmidt gets a slight downgrade. Still a diamond. He just went down a little bit for righties, which is fine, but I just don't understand. Gary Sanchez is a card that definitely needed to be updated. He gets a nice hitting boost across the board, +11. Contact versus righties, +8 to power. I mean, he's a very good hitting catcher now. +4 to power versus lefties and +15 to his vision. So he's definitely, like, if you have a budget team, I would say he's, almost up there with like Wilson Ramos and Jonathan Lucroy. He's definitely a really good catcher, and I know I've used him on one of my other teams. I've tried him out online. He was pretty good before the update, so he definitely deserved that. But again, 3 catchers, and then 2 of them are James Mccann, who got a fielding up. Like, I don't know what goes through their mind. And again, I love San Diego Studios. I love MLB The Show, but like, I don't understand the justification here. Like, what is going through the mind? Oh, we need to go upgrade James Mccann out of all players in the league. Let's ignore Mookie Betts' arm, who I still think his arm needs to be upgraded. Let's ignore, other guys that deserve defensive upgrades or downgrades. Like, I think Cespedes is really overrated defensively in this game. I mean, the list goes on and on. But no, let's focus on James McCann and Tucker Barnhart. Now, Reds fans, Tucker Barnhart might be a great defensive catcher. I really couldn't tell you. I just find that really weird. I mean, I'm all for them adjusting defense, but at least make it across the board. I mean, they have a guy dedicated to rosters. I don't really understand this. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the closers. I was saying all postseason that the Cleveland bullpen, even Andrew Miller, deserved to be upgraded. Chapman got a little bit more stamina, so that's cool to see. We saw him get extended. I think, though, I was watching the World Series, I think he did not pitch very well when he got extended. He had an okay postseason, but I'm fine with that. I mean, obviously the guy wanted to, he didn't want to be a starter, but the Reds were going to have him start at one point, so obviously he could have the stamina to go 2+ innings if needed. Anyways, Cody Allen gets a +3, I think just because he went from reliever to closer, and then Andrew Miller went from closer to reliever. I mean, you got to give Cody Allen, this card should be almost a diamond. In my opinion, his per 9 should be maxed out. I mean, this guy's been really, really good the last few years. And if I was an Indians fan, I'd be like, what the hell? This guy had a better postseason than Andrew Miller. Yeah, I mean, he's nasty. I don't know if he's nasty in the game, but I think they need to fix that. Nothing changed about this card. And then we have some other guy, like, do they have a red? Like, I don't understand. Why are they picking on some of these Reds? I don't know if I'm saying this right. Iglesias, sorry if I don't say that right. But this card I've noticed all year has been getting upgraded and downgraded like crazy. He's went from starter to reliever to closer. He went up +2, got +7 hits per 9. Okay, that's fine. I would just like to see this consistent across the board. Let's apply these updates to all the pitchers, not just a select few. And then, I don't know. It is what it is. If you're a Reds fan, that's cool. Sergio Romo went from reliever to closer. And again, I don't know why they do this either. In my opinion, they need to get rid of the closer position. There should just be a reliever position. There should be absolutely no difference in these cards at all. Like, a reliever and closer, it's the same freaking position. So, I don't know. But anyways, Romo goes up +2 just because he goes to closer. I never heard of this guy. Again, another Padre I've never heard of. I know they have some guys there that are Padres fans. Maybe that's why, I don't know. Tyler Thornburg went up +1. I know he was actually a pretty decent pitcher, so I think he deserved that. If those are his stats there, that definitely reflects my assessment of him. I remember watching him a few times, and then of course Chapman. Let's go to relievers. Like I said, Andrew Miller actually got a pretty decent update. He got a little bit more stamina as well. I personally think he should have more stamina because there was a few times where he was throwing 40+ pitches. Not that he's going to be doing that every game, like next season, or he was doing that every game during the season, but the guy can definitely go multiple innings for sure, more so than Chapman in my opinion. His clutch went up, which makes sense, but why didn't Cody Allen's clutch go up? Just because Andrew Miller was Challenger of the Week, he's a bigger name, he's already a diamond? I just don't understand, it's not consistent. So, but anyways, Andrew Miller did go up +1 overall. He was already beast to begin with. Definitely one of the best left-handed relievers in the game. Has very good control, and then his clutch went up, which has minimal impact, but it's maxed out now. Home runs per 9 doesn't do anything, but has a stamina boost. Fernando Rodney went down because he went back to reliever. Andrew Bailey, I didn't even know who was in the league. Why? Is this necessary? Like, I'm assuming he either went from starter to reliever, or no, he probably went from closer to reliever, or they just added him in the game. I don't know. Whatever. Casilla went down. He went down -1 because he went back to reliever. A lot of these are just insignificant upgrades. Let's talk about some of the starters. A lot of these, again, are just reliever to starter transitions. Why did Eddie Gamboa go up? Why are they even worried about Eddie Gamboa? I don't know. Like, why? Okay, as a Cardinals fan, I'm gonna rant a little bit here. Why is a guy like Eddie Gamboa getting his card changed when he hasn't even played in the majors all year? If he has, I don't know if he has, but maybe he has. But you got a guy, I'm being a Cardinals fan here. I know O for the Cardinals had a spectacular season. Him and Cody Allen definitely both deserve to be golds in my opinion. But no, let's not touch those cards. Let's make sure Eddie Gamboa gets his starter position back and gets a +4. I don't know. Same for these other cards. Hang on, there is a few starters that actually did change. Let me talk about them. Eduardo Jimenez, he just went back to starter. Wasn't he in the bullpen? Or maybe that was the postseason, but again, why does it matter? Corey Kluber. It's nice to see him get upgraded. I would like to have seen him get some of his pitches upgraded as well. Like, I think his sinker should be up there where Arrieta's. In my opinion, Corey Kluber should be a diamond pitcher, the way he's pitched the past 3 or 4 years. I know last year he had a bad record, but if you look at the stats that actually matter and that are based off a pitcher's skill, like walks, strikeouts, home runs, hits allowed, FIP, xFIP, whatever, he's pitched really well the last 3 years. I don't know why he's not a diamond. I don't think he's ever been a diamond. He definitely deserves to be one. Verlander, it was nice to see get a nice little upgrade as well. John Lester gets an upgrade. Fine. He could be diamond easily, but I guess they decided not to. I think one reason they don't want him to is because he has a flashback card and they probably don't want it to be the same. Whatever, I can understand that, but again, I'm going to rant a little bit here. Why isn't his postseason card, like, why doesn't it have different pitch break and pitch velocity? I'm pretty sure when he pitched for the Red Sox, I'm pretty sure his break and velo wasn't exactly the same as it is now. Granted, he's still a very good pitcher, but I can almost assure you he was probably throwing a little bit harder back then. But the pitches and break are exactly the same. Now, Marco Estrada, we saw him pitch a lot during the postseason. So yeah, that makes sense. It seems like a lot of these are based off the postseason, and then some of them are just completely random out of nowhere. Like Chris Sale, who in my opinion is an American League Cy Young candidate, gets a -1. It's like they hate on this guy, man. He had a pretty good year. If you look at his whip, strikeouts, I mean, everything was good. I don't understand why his strikeouts went down. His hits per 9 should definitely be higher than 72. And then Maeda, he just kind of got some of his per 9s adjusted. Anyways, I know this has been a long video, guys. I hope this isn't the last roster update. I really don't. This is very disappointing, to say the least. I know that they are busy with MLB 17 right now, so I know they have a lot of things going on. But it just confuses me that these roster updates, they're just not very consistent at all. I know there's a lot of players everybody was expecting to go diamond, such as Tanner Roark. I'm not sure what happened there. A lot of people think of John Lester. I don't know. Really disappointing. So, but at least they gave us an update, I guess. I don't know. So, hope you guys enjoyed that. Anyways, one more thing I want to talk about before I end this video. I do want to give you guys a head up. I will be uploading some more of my pack and play series, and then I also have another series I'm going to start for you guys. I've been recording all the games. I just got to stop being lazy and actually edit these videos and upload them. But I've still been playing. I still enjoy it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. This is Cardinal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.